Good day, everyone. This is your host, Paul Lawrence Fan, host of Wealth Academy podcast. And you know our mantra, wealth is more than just money. And today we're going to have a guest expert on by the name of Myrna Mills Love. And she's a financial services expert. She also is going to talk about real estate investing. She's going to talk about money mindset. And of course, she's a #1 international best-selling author. And we're going to also talk about her book. So, Myrna, how are you doing today, my friend?
I am doing wonderful. I hope you are.
Yes, doing great, doing great. And I'm going to go over her bio now so that you can learn more about her and what she does. She leads M3 is her business, and she's also a financial services professional. She's also a real estate investor, and she really gets into what I love to talk about, which is money mindset. It's so important, and she's going to be sharing her expertise with that. And she also has over 30 years of progressive growth in the corporate environment. And just let me share a little bit more about her. And it's on that mindset I talked about earlier. No matter what one's money mindset is right now, Myrna wants them to know that it's never too late to correct their money relationship. And as a money mindset coach, Myrna's goal is to help people shift their perspective on money in ways that help them feel empowered in their lives, both the professional and personal life. And exploring the money mindset will help people understand where their money struggles are rooted so they could know where to go next. Most often, all other needs is just a new perspective. I also want to share that Myrna is married to her husband. They've been married for 33 years. Am I still accurate on that?
Yes, you are.
All right, fantastic. And they have two wonderful children and four amazing, thriving grandboys. And she is a woman of strong faith who realized that without God, she would not have been able to progress in her life as she has, but for the grace and mercy of God. I really like that aspect because God is everything.
Yes, he is.
Everything. So we're going to start right now with some interview questions. And Myrna, again, welcome to Wealth Academy podcast, and we're glad to have you here with us today to share your expertise. And so welcome to Wealth Academy podcast. I mentioned earlier that you lead M3. What inspired you to become an entrepreneur and move people to understand there's a grand plan for not only you, but also for your clients?
I would preface it by saying, Paul, that we often think that certain circumstances lead us to make certain decisions.
Mhm.
Uh, while I've had a lot of time to kind of reflect since being laid off in 2019 and with the
Mhm.
stillness that we've had to endure when COVID started, I realized that my entrepreneurial spirit was part of my purpose.
Yes.
And it really was not, I didn't tap into it until I had to be still.
Yes.
And it's part of my passion to help people. I just want to serve people. I want people to be better. And I think that's what really started my entrepreneurship.
Ah, that's wonderful. And you're absolutely correct. None of us saw the pandemic coming. And when it hit, we realized that we're going to be a little bit more alone than we normally are. If we have a
Absolutely.
job, we have school, we have community activities, and so it put us in that space whereby we could really sit back and take in ourselves what the new life is going to be like. And now we're going through a new life, a new
That's,
transition.
that's right.
And but for, like you said, but for the grace of God, we're here, and that's what's amazing about it. So thank you for sharing that.
You're welcome.
So when it's all said and done, your objective is to move people to financial freedom by transforming their money mindset. What else does your partnership do to construct people's financial DNA? Because I know that's a very important aspect of what you do.
Absolutely. I'm glad you referred to it as a partnership because when I partner with someone, they have to do the work. I'm only guiding them. So, it has to be determined, through an assessment that they are fit and ready to do the work. So my partnership is to determine, first of all, are they ready to do the work? Because it's going to be, we're going to hit the ground running.
Yes. Yes, oftentimes when people sign up for a course, they believe that once they get that course, that's the end of it.
That's right.
But that's the beginning of it.
That's
And,
the beginning of it.
And when they hit that part whereby doing that work, as you stated, that's where the real determination comes in, the commitment, and then never giving up. A lot of people that give up. You're in a course and they decide, I'm going to give up on this, but don't give up. That's really what you're portraying to the people, that they have to really do the work in order to get things done.
That's right. And there's a saying, those that don't pay attention. So
Mhm. Look out. That's a great saying.
yes.
Yeah.
So it requires an investment in themselves,
Mhm.
not just monetarily, but a belief in themselves as well.
Yes. And when we're looking at this mindset again, I think both you and I, we're both in that financial space, that oftentimes when it comes to mindset, people don't really understand what it is.
Right.
And so what you do is you help them to really traverse that understanding, and to appreciate that what the mindset does, it helps them to be transformed.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of people, they're always used to doing things a certain way. They want to continue that way, and that's normal. But in
Right.
order to get that full transformation, it does take work, and it takes commitment as well.
Absolutely. And it's going to open up some things that they don't really want to address or expose, but
Yes,
those things have to be addressed to be exposed.
yes. And you provide that through coaching.
Absolutely. Yes.
Okay, fantastic, fantastic. Now, Myrna, you also have a passion for investing in real estate. Which asset, property, and strategy that interests you the most when it comes to real estate at this time?
So, I'm glad you asked that question because I got started in real estate in 2018. I started the educational component of it, and that's when I started my first business, which is
Mhm.
Legacy Property Solutions.
Yes.
So my interest has evolved.
Uh-huh.
When it's initially presented, it's presented with the I'm gonna call it the traditional real
Yes.
estate aspect of it.
Uh-huh.
Rehab and wholesaling,
Yes.
those sorts. But what I've learned most recently is that there are passive strategies where you don't have to do that hustle and bustle and
Uh-huh.
grinding. I'm in my golden years. I don't want to have to do all that hustling, bustling, and grinding. I
Oh,
want
yeah.
something, I do a work, but
Sure.
there's a simplicity to it. And I reap the manifestation of that initial work.
Yeah. Yeah. That rehabbing and going out, that's pretty tough.
It's tough.
Especially in today's pandemic era, which we're living in,
Hmm.
and a lot of that has gone virtual.
Right.
That you can view the property, you can negotiate the contract, the agreement, and still be able to leverage that. So, do you find, did you work with other people as well in terms of showing them the pathway to real estate investing?
I have not worked with other people in that aspect, but you know what?
Yeah.
That's a great component once we get clients to a certain stage
Uh-huh.
that they can add to, I'm going to call it their portfolio. It's just another strategy that they can recognize as a wealth building strategy.
Yeah. I've also noticed that there are a lot of fractional investment as well, whereby people may have a apartment complex,
Hmm.
and then you could buy in or invest a percentage of that.
Hmm.
And then some people are able to get monthly payments as a result of investing in a property. And that property might be 100 to 200 units.
Hmm.
And some may be office space or office buildings. And so I think that's other avenues in which people can also invest in real estate today, which is totally different than it used to be in the past, where you literally had to go out, get the property, buy the property, try to buy it at a lower rate, and then put X amount of investment in it, get some hard money and from lenders, and then being able to get that property. And at some point in time to sell it.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes,
Go in debt to go
yes.
in debt to
But,
make some money. And it take and what I've learned and recognized is to get that ROI, that return on that investment, it
uh-huh.
takes so many years. But Paul, I've come I've come upon a strategy that I think is life changing for me,
Oh,
and
great.
it is just to mention, and I won't go into the specifics of
Sure.
it, but
Sure.
it's Airbnb rental arbitrage.
Yes. Yes, I've heard of that.
Yes, and
Yeah.
I secured my first Airbnb property this week.
That is wonderful. Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you.
Congratulations. That is a great way to do it because Airbnb is just doing everything. I
Yes.
mean, they're all over. And again, this came from an idea.
Hmm.
So it goes from idea to manifestation to
Absolutely,
realization. And so that's
absolutely.
another option for people. And I want to pass on your website right now for people who, so they're going to get it later on, but I want to give it to them now.
Sure.
And so that's www.myrnamlove.com. And that's Myrna and then love.com. And you can go there and learn more about what Myrna is doing. And you can be able to contact her, have her contact information there. You want to talk to her more about this strategy she just referenced here, which I think is wonderful.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. At some point, I hope to be able to teach that strategy as well, present that strategy as well. I mean,
Exactly.
because I'm all about, transferring, what I learn, what I experience. I'm about transferring and empowering others to do the same.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's a great way to do it as well, to help someone out because some people they're kind of getting there at that retirement age. And
Yes.
people always ask this question, Myrna, and that question is, will you have enough money to make it through retirement?
Mm,
And we don't think about that when we're working, but
that's right.
it's a real thing. And so we have to take that money people may have if they're in the federal government, their thrift savings plan or their Roth IRA, and want to do some investing to help grow that retirement pay that they have.
Right. Right.
Yeah. And that makes a big difference as well.
Yes.
So, Myrna, I know one of the things that you are just passionate about, and that is in the financial services arena because you're an expert. How do you assist clients with this expertise? Because again, when we align our finances with our personal life, it should be a good life at that point.
Absolutely. Again, it's a partnership. And what I like to do is introduce people to safe money solutions, is what
Yeah.
I'm going to call it, where we can protect our assets, protect our life, and grow our money. Teach people that there are tools out there where we can grow our money once we get to the point that we do have some money. And we both know that our money is not going to grow in a
It's not
traditional
going to
bank.
do it. Absolutely.
They are out to make money.
Mhm.
So, and they're making money off of our money.
Yes.
So we want that compound interest versus that 0.075% we might be
Exactly.
gaining at a traditional bank. So just
Maybe that.
yes, just to bring forth some things that have been hidden from the population for so long, and just to
Yeah.
give them some insight and just guide them to
Mhm.
those different tools. Education
Yeah.
is key.
Yeah, it's definitely key, and I've been exposed to a lot of different type of investment things to do with an investment, passive and active,
Mhm.
and again taking the power away from the bank and becoming the bank themselves.
Yes, that's
Yeah,
it.
that's really the key to it, and a lot of
Be the
people are not
bank.
aware. Yeah, a lot of people are not aware of that, and I've kind of tapped into that myself. And instead of me going to the bank or the credit union for a loan, I become my own bank.
Yes, sir. That's it.
And I
That's
make my
it.
own transition and I get compound interest on what I have as opposed to the
Yes,
bank. So the bank,
absolutely.
I guess part of that education is that the banks don't exist without people putting their money in there.
That's it.
And then
That's
we
it.
look at the online statement we have from a bank or credit union, and we're like, okay, I have, let's say, 10,000 there. But that 10,000 has been loaned out. The bank has loaned that to someone else, and they make money on top of that. And then, depending on how much they make, they even make more on it. And so
That's right.
we have to be able to do that for ourselves.
That's exactly right. And I didn't mention I am a licensed life insurance
Oh, wow.
agent, and what I've learned being in this agent in this industry is
Uh-huh.
that corporations take
Sure.
out insurance policies on their
Absolutely.
executives. That's
Absolutely.
how they're making money.
Yeah.
So if they're I'm not going to call it investing. If they're taking out policies on their executives, what should we be doing?
Exactly. That's what a lot of the CEOs and executives do, and what they do, instead of taking all the cash, they're taking that policy, because that policy can do more for them, and they can make that generational as well.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. That's
Yeah.
right.
So,
There's so much that's been hidden from the masses, and I just want to get it out there.
yes, yes, same here, same here. So keep up that great work, because more people need to be exposed to it. And once they're exposed to it, they'll never be the same again. They're going to realize that, and what the first thing people say is, "I wish I had known this a long time ago." Don't
That's
worry
right.
about that. Just start now.
Just
Start where you are.
like we said, it's never too late. It's
Never
never
too
too late
late.
to start.
Absolutely, absolutely. So thank you for sharing that.
Oh, you're welcome.
So, what can readers expect from the book, The Image in the Mirror? Now, you're a #1 international best-selling co-author of this book. Take us down that path in terms of how that all came about, and then how you contributed to this amazing book.
So the collaboration started as a result of a group of ladies. We
Uh-huh.
were all in a mastermind,
Okay.
um, in a mastermind academy, and the opportunity was presented to us, and many of us participated. And I just wanted to show the book.
Sure. Absolutely.
It's a beautiful book.
Yeah.
It has after each section, it has journaling areas where you can just kind of recap what impacted you from the chapters.
Yeah.
But the book is a collaborative masterpiece of resilience through faith, family, and fight.
Yes. Yeah.
And the theme, although there are themes, nobody's chapter was the same. And I think I'm on my third round of reading these chapters. And after I read each chapter, I was like, oh my God, these are some phenomenal women.
Absolutely. Including yourself.
Including myself, but and my particular chapter is about my marriage, and some the experiences we have faced and overcome in the 33 years that we've been married. It'll be 34 years next month. Yeah, it'll be 34 years next month.
But see, that's a whole book by itself.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's a book by itself. Yeah.
That was writing that one chapter was one of the hardest things I ever did. Because I'm pretty private, first of all.
Sure.
I'm an introverted extrovert.
Join the club, Myrna.
and just putting the pen to cover that amount of time was difficult for me. And I almost backed out several times, but thankfully the publisher pushed us through. She pushed us through, and we ended up calling her the midwife, because she gave birth to something that had been dormant. Yeah, but the freedom I experienced after I wrote that chapter is unmatchable.
Yeah, very therapeutic. That's what I find writing books. Very therapeutic. And it takes some research, because you have to remember things, some names, some places. Yeah, it gets to be very interesting. And could you share maybe a couple more people in terms of kind of what they talk about? Maybe one?
Sure. So my sister also was one of the co-authors.
Oh, great.
And she was in the fight section of the book, and she's chapter 16, and the title of her chapter is Daddy's Girl.
Okay.
I can't recall the overview of the chapter itself, but I would say get the book. You can go on my website and get the book. Another phenomenal chapter, all of them are phenomenal, but just to call one out, was a young lady named Tamara T. Bush. And her chapter is under the faith section, and the title of her chapter is An Affair to Forget.
Okay.
And a third one, let me see, was by Tangela.
Yes.
Tangela Collins. You know Tangela,
Of
don't you?
course I do.
Yes. I forgot about that.
Yes, I know Tangela. She's doing great things in that financial space as well.
She is. She's
Yeah,
just a phenomenal person overall. And her
absolutely.
chapter is chapter 11, From Shy to Shy, Soft Spoken, Humble Yet Powerful. And I can't mention all of the co-authors without mentioning the publisher Joan T. Randall, Elder
Exactly.
Joan T. Randall.
Oh,
This
fantastic.
is a masterpiece.
Yes. I know that. No, it's great. And people can get it on your website, right?
Yes, they can order it on my website.
Okay. And again, that's
Mhm.
www.myrnainlove.com. You can get it there and you'll thank yourself for it later.
Yes, you will.
Absolutely.
Yes, you will.
Now, Myrna, I know you can't wait to share about an upcoming project that you're working on. Would you please give us a little bit of more insight on it in terms of the project that you have coming up?
Sure. As it relates to the real estate aspect, I think I'm most excited about that.
Mhm.
Getting my Airbnb up and running. And what I'll be doing is hosting traveling professionals.
Yes,
So I can't. I have a creative side, so I can't wait to decorate the unit. Um,
exactly. Yeah,
so I'm looking forward to that. As it relates to M3,
yeah.
um, I will have a workbook coming up next year.
Okay.
I will be doing a devotional with a focus on finances,
Oh, great.
finances and mindset, and as well as a guided journal on mindset and finances.
Yeah.
And to top it off, what I'm planning to do is to have all three of them translated in Spanish.
Oh, wonderful. And that will give it help it to expand even more and get the message out to a larger audience.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Outstanding, outstanding. So you have quite a bit coming up. So 2022 is going to be a big year.
Yes,
Yeah, very big year. And you're based out of the Charlotte, North Carolina area.
yes, I am. Yes, I
Okay,
am.
beautiful part of the country as well.
Yes.
Yes, I took my daughter there to look at USC Charlotte as one of her potential schools next year.
Oh, awesome, awesome. She'll be in my backyard.
Exactly, exactly. Yeah. So we're working on that now. So
Okay.
our interview is about to come to a close, and I found it to be very intriguing, very exciting, and just wonderful to hear about the great achievements that you're making and the difference that you're making. Also, oftentimes people forget when it comes to an aspect of service. We can serve as a volunteer, but we can also serve as entrepreneurs. And you're doing both. You're an entrepreneur, and you're making a difference in your community. So, is there anything else you'd like to share at this time? You'd be free to do so.
Sure. I did jot something down.
Sure.
And what I'll end with or close with is how we think and what we believe creates our biggest roadblocks.
Yes.
We have all been created in the image of God
Mhm.
without limits.
That's right.
Remove that ceiling you have created. We
Yes.
have created our own ceilings. You are limitless and you deserve to reach your potential. Let's go get it.
Yes. Yes. I totally agree. And I think I can feel some poetry coming out of here too. And I want to
Maybe
say
I'll wrap
amen.
it.
Yes. I want to say amen, sister.
Come on with it.
That's right. I felt some poetry coming up out of there.
That's the power of God on his own words. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying?
Absolutely. I totally agree. Well, I must admit, I had a great time. I look forward to it. And I know we have people on Facebook, YouTube, as well as LinkedIn who are also looking and viewing this right now, and they will on the archive as well. So I want to thank you for taking your time and your talent today and sharing that with the Wealth Academy podcast community. And again, we're a global platform with probably 45 to 50 different countries now that follow the podcast itself. So we're gaining more ground, and your interview is going to make it even more so because it's what people need. So that's really great. And so I want to thank you for being our honored guest today, Myrna, and continued excellence in all that you do.
Thank you so much for having me. It was my pleasure.
All right. And to everyone who is listening and viewing at this time, we also will have this on the archive. I want you to go out to Apple Podcasts, rate and review episode 151 with Myrna M. Love. Again, her website is www.myrna, MYRNA, love.com. And again, she has a business administration degree. She's a financial services expert, #1 international bestselling author, real estate investor, and also a money mindset coach. And she has more and more coming up, not only to finish this year off strong, but to move into 2022 as well and provide even more to her community from her platform. And I want to thank you all for being our honored viewers today and subscribers. And God bless you in all areas of your life. Again, our mantra is wealth is more than just money. So we approach life from a very holistic perspective. And we had an guest expert today, Myrna Love, who helped share some of that with you. So I will see you on the next episode of Wealth Academy podcast, and have a great day, everyone. And thank you so much. I'll see you on the next episode. And Myrna M. Love, thank you so much. God bless you and your
God
family.
bless you.
All right. Have a great day, everyone. And I'll see you on the next episode. Have a great day.